Now let's do a test. Test for sound. You do talk. Keep talking. Say something. Keep it going. What was the air score of the day?
Now let's do a test.
Yeah, sound is coming through.
Test.
Now wait till I just check the air score. They were 4-0 up at one point. For people that may know, Ayr or Ayr United is Ayr's my hometown, so Ayr United's my local. I was going to say golf club there. My local football club. Oh dear. So I'm just going to check BBC Sport. Turn this volume in the telly. It's quite loud. It's quite nice for background noise. The birds and the wind and the kind of bees and all that kind of stuff. It's quite relaxing. Scores and fixtures. So I'll get this done, then we'll get on with the stream, as you say. Not interested in women's Euro 27 call. Who cares, really? Oh, here we go. You never really get to like a sign in or register. Oh, for goodness sake. Football. Scottish League Cup. Hearts crash out, Hibs top a group. Okay. Ayr beat Annan 6-0 to win Group E. Come on! Come on, Ross County also threw his group winners up. Boo! Dunfermline win 3-1 in penalties. Right, that's me. That's that done. Get out of the way first. Right, well people YouTube, welcome back to my channel. And welcome back to, this is going to be a playthrough of my course. I'll just firstly say that I'm at 98 subscribers at the moment. I'm 2 away from the 100. I'll just double check. Yep, 98. So, I mean, there are probably people in here that will probably say 100's not that much, but for me it's massive, especially starting out at 0. So we're nearly at the 100, which is fantastic. So I've been building this. I started building. I did a YouTube series where it was let's build a golf course, but that was before I was getting a lot of crashes, and just really building a course just became not undoable, but it just got to a stage where it was annoying. You were building. It started with hole 4, and I almost built it complete. Just about to save, and it crashed, and I lost that complete hole. Or I lost an element of it. I think it was like the green and the sort of the approach that I did. So I went back and I did it again, and it crashed again, and I lost what I did to that hole again. So I kind of walked away from it a little bit. And obviously people probably know in this my YouTube channel that I made Pixelated Golfers Association, which is a society on the PS4 of the Golf Club 2. So anybody who's looking for a society to join, they're more than welcome to join up that society. I need to review how many coins it is to get in. I think I put it up a little bit because people were coming in and then leaving. So it'd be good to get some form of coinage off them. I was lying in bed and I just thought, I can make a golf course that's pixelated, meaning square, and I come up with this, and I started really from scratch, no holes, just the kind of terrain, some hills in it, some kind of lakes, some water, stuff like that, and then basically all I've done is quickly added like 18 holes to it. So I'm making a path, saying right, that might be a good par 4 there, this is going to be a path, and just putting 18 holes out and just getting a rough idea of holes going over water, par 4s, par 5s, that kind of thing. And then basically I went over it and I added in sort of fairways, greens, bunkers, and the theme is square, so it's basically everything on this course is square. The bunkers are all either squares or rectangles. The greens are a combination that either being square or rectangle or have like an L shape, or like that's the 18th green you can just see down the bottom corner, which is like a, I don't know, it's not really, it's a square shapes and square bunkers and rectangular bunkers. So I've not finished the course. I've still got a lot of detailing to do, but I'm actually going to play through it. And the reason I need to play through the course is that there may be tee boxes that need flattened, there may be greens that need repositioned, there's maybe ideas for pin placements, ideas of maybe making the green bigger, smaller, resizing, elevating, bringing down. Just there's so many things that you can really do. Fairways that are too wide, fairways that are too tight. Just so many ideas. So I've got my notebook, my notepad open. I've got PGA. It's got the name. I don't know whether to call it a golf club or a country club. So I could even call it golf club, which is a Scottish word for golf. GOFF. It's an old Scottish kind of slang. There's actually a course not far away from us, Loudon Golf Club. But people might not know how to pronounce it outside of Scotland, so I think I'll just keep it either country club or golf club. I've not decided. So what I'm going to do, I'll play my society stuff later, my competitions, but at the moment, this is what we've kind of created. Away in the distance there, I'm building a city. There's also a little road there that goes to the city. I might, put the road in and do squares or something, but this is really the only stuff you'll see in the distance. I might add a couple more skyscrapers to it, but I'm not going to go over the top. It's just so if you see it, it's kind of in the distance. So a quick fly over the course, basically, first hole there, then we head out here, and then we come back down this way, and then we go up here, and then down here, par 3 there, par 4 here, where I don't know, I see a couple of things I want to fix in that hole straight off the bat. Wee bits there, green there, then we get all par 3 across the water, and we go down here, and I think we go up here, and then down here, and then across here, and then up par 3 there, and then a big long one down here, and then a little par 3 there, and then the 18th, which is quite a long par 5. I was actually thinking of making the green down here, doing it, but I don't know, I don't like having false, playing to a green that's, I don't think it would look right. It might have looked good if you, maybe your approach shot came up here, and you kind of had a little pitch down, but I don't know. I quite like the green the way it is, it's quite unique. So let's go and play, because as I say, there's a lot of things I'll find out when I play this course, as opposed to just trying to maybe say, oh, flatten this out or do that. So play test, we'll hit I've got 4 tee boxes. So we'll play off blues. Pin set is going to be 1, because some of the greens don't have any pins. The greens also are flat, the fairways are flat, there's some have added a little bit. But what I need to do is find out if I'm happy with the lie of the fairways and the greens, and I'll sculpt in some breaks and put that in at a later date, because that'll be the last pass, because I'll do each green individual, play it, and if I'm happy with it, then we can finalise it, because you've got to remember that if you save, you're better saving from a flat course, and it's a quick fix to maybe just sort 1 or 2 holes, or start again and then redo it. So there's a PGA logo in bunkers. I actually had that on the 7th hole, but a couple of days back I actually was building, and I built 3 holes, 7th, 8th and the 9th. So quite an interesting green here. It's a little L shape. I think the pin's too close to that edge. But I'd done 7, 8 and 9, and the game crashed and I lost all that work that I did, because I had that PGA logo in the 7th hole, and I thought, well, it's probably actually better being at the first hole than it is at the 7th. So here we go. Over the PGA logo, I've got some deep rectangular bunkers there. I feel the fairway is quite a good size. I like my fairways to be challenging, but not like easy to hit. Maybe some holes I might make that a kind of option where it's a little bit easier. But let's drive this down here. So really, it's a little bit pushed a little, like a fade shot. I'm not getting my usual draw there. And this fairway does tend to, yeah, I was just about to say, it tends to suck balls down to the right, which I might actually keep as a feature. I don't really think I need to do much with that fairway. So this is actually quite a difficult shot, and it's a long shot as well, across the water. As you can see here, the green, I quite like the green. I don't know how to make this one a little bit deeper, perhaps. But I like those two bunkers, and I actually like the shape of it. I put a little boat down there as well. I don't know what's going to happen to this. I don't know if this is just in the design mode. You know, hopefully that's going to be kind of fleshed out and it's going to be a lake extending over here. But anyway, and I like this front part as well because you can hit to this. If you can't make that green, you could probably make what is it? 120. It's probably 160, 155 maybe to that front part. Quite a bad lie though. So let's just hit. I'm going to hit the hybrid here just for. As I say, the greens are completely flat. There's no break. There might be, but Siri, go away. Siri really just kicks in at silly times. I don't know if you heard what she said there. I found this on web for planes are flying does not believe Siri go away. Siri really is, she can be really annoying at times. So I'm quite happy with this green. Let's just pitch this down. Again, scoring is not an issue here. This is really just finding out what's right, what's wrong. As I say, I'll sculpt fairways and greens at a later date. That's probably going to be the last pass. That and pin positions. So I quite like the first hole. I need to work out. I'll just put pin placement. Question mark, right, hole 2. So I'm going through each hole. So we'll get some nice deep bunkers there. Again, everyone's kind of angular. I don't want, like, there is obviously some form of curve to the bunker edges there and stuff. I don't like that green sloping away. I might fix that. This is one of the greens that I think I might sort of redesign a little bit. Tee boxes look okay. I may have to redo the front tee boxes there. In fact, I'm just going to put that down. Check. Bit of place to write here. Check. Front tee boxes. So we'll check the front tee boxes. Again, the fairway here looks okay. I feel like I could just do it maybe. It's not bad. If you're left or right there, you're actually going to be in quite a lot of trouble. Again, as I say, fairways will be slight undulations in them. I don't want them too much. I've even come up with an idea that I don't know whether I'll include it, but in fact, I'm not even going to say it because I don't want anybody stealing my idea. But I might come up with an idea of doing this concept. Yeah, I don't know. This green's actually got a 2-tier, which I quite like in some greens. I'm happy with the green, but I'm kind of not in the same. I don't know. phone, my watch always is streaming on Twitch. Nah, nobody that I really care for. So this green might get tweaked a little bit. Maybe the same kind of shape, but a bit more like, I don't know, defined a little bit. Maybe this part here, like this side, maybe a bit thinner at the back. Might still keep that bunker placement, which could be quite good in the corner, but just thin that out a little bit. 164. Again, I'm not really worried about going in here. I just really want to get it. I just want to see how it's going to play in terms of approach play and stuff. I quite like having that rough there, just to catch balls out. Green speed's not defined. I don't know whether I'll probably put the green speed. It's at 165, which is probably, I really don't know. So I don't know if you publish a course. I would like to publish a course and maybe set up like 4 or 5 different versions of that, like different weather settings. You know, have one that's kind of maybe sort of wet, raining. Have one that's maybe a different time of day. Also, another thing that I thought of is I might make this green a little bit, I don't know, maybe bigger. I like the idea of the 2-tier, especially on a par 3, because if you get your shot, if you're just short, you're going to be rolling down to that front portion, but I might have to extend this. Let's just put 3 green size. I don't know, I might resize this, I'm not sure. I already don't like that next tee box. I might redesign that next tee box for the next hole. 162. Tees need to be flattened here. So I'm really just writing down stuff here if you've just joined. So I need to flatten this tee box just in front. I don't like having that. It's okay, but if you're hitting a driver, I don't think it would hit it, but I don't like having that kind of tee box, so that'll be changed slightly. Again, a wee bit, I don't know, I'm not really sitting right here. And I've done tournament seating for some of the holes, but I've not done it for all the holes or crowd. So they might disappear in a while. 20 yards, this is actually quite a difficult. Let's see what the... See, it's quite good. You actually see where your shot's going to go, which is quite good. Quite a good way of finding out just how far chips go. I don't even know if that's going to go. Whoa, what was that? He takes a funny bounce. Okay. I should have played a flop there. Chip was not the right shot. I like my bunkers to be varying sizes. Some deep bunkers is always good. 30. What have we got? 16. So I might need to make this green. I've put down green size. I think I need to make it a little bit bigger. Sometimes when you put greens down, there's no indication of the size. I think it'd be quite good if you could like making a green. See, I don't know about this tee. I don't like this bit left and right. I might flatten that a bit. So this is a kind of, I don't want to say this is a signature hole, but we've got sort of raised element to it. We've got the bunkers at the side there. We've got the pond. Although this bit here is not, you're going to be approaching the green over that. So that's not really, unless you hit into the bunker. Again, I really like this green. It's quite flat and boring at the moment because there's no slope in it. But once we get some slope in it, I think that'll be quite nice. So here we go. Last downswing. Hole 4. Quite happy with the fair. I feel that I could make this a little bit tighter off the tee. I mean, with the wind blows, it'll be different. So we get 253 to the pin, which is for 2 of clubs. That's going to be right on the right on the edge. We'll actually go down to the 2 hybrid here. Backswing slow. Yeah, I quite like this green. To me, this is like a perfect green. As I say, there's no real sort of slope to them. That's really the last thing you do on this, because you really can mess up greens. So here's the next hole. I quite like this one. It's got an elevated green, and I really like the way the bunkers, especially that's a front bunker. It's just a perfect distance with the green is. 2-tier green again. I think the size is a lot better in this one. I need to change this. Right. So hole 4 is actually not bad. 5. Again, flat tee boxes. It's one of the things that when people do courses, some don't really concentrate on the tee boxes. If it sets it up itself, you can end up with some, I mean, pretty disastrous tee boxes. That one you'd probably actually drive into that bank. So we need to flatten that out. Again, the bunker placement looks pretty decent. Fairway's quite narrow. I'm actually hitting with a fade here. I need to concentrate on my golf a little bit more. Again, we're going to put slopes in there. Yeah, I've got an idea for a kind of a different take on something in the fairway, but I need to try it out somewhere. Yeah, I really like the way this hole goes up here. And as I say, I like the bunkers. 20 foot up, 87. The other thing that I would actually quite like is when you build a golf course, and I might actually email HB Studios about this. It'd be nice if you could put it on like a trial server, not a server, but have a bit where you can access in the menu. You've got your favourite courses, you've got your hot, you've got courses that are all courses. There's a couple other boxes, I can't remember what they're named, but if there's a box that said trial courses, and say for instance I could put this up for like a week and get people to play it and also check it out and even come back and say, right, look, hole 10 maybe needs to be adjusted, or the tee box at 18 is wrong, or any criticisms. See it? Is that a show?
That's all show.
And any criticisms about the course, you can get back to the actual, or even just after you've played it, there's a box saying rate the course, just in terms of how it is, and then an additional box for comments about holes that need adjusted or any problems that people have had. And just stuff like that, and then that course stays there for a week. It comes back to the person who made it, and then you can actually say, right, you maybe got a list of stuff that you need to do. But I mean, almost the same kind of style that I'm doing here, where I'm playing each hole and then writing stuff down that I need to do, like flatten tee boxes at 5 and make the green bigger at 6 and stuff like that. It'd be good if you could actually do that, because I don't know if once your course gets published, because I've got a course that I did air Sub-Zero, but it's not a course that I really took much time. I just auto-generated it, but I can't really do anything else to that course once it's published. So the thing I would like to see is that you maybe keep your courses in your I don't know, can you? I need to check that actually, because it'd be good to put out different versions of courses, and maybe you can do that. I've not really checked, if I'm honest. I think you've actually got published courses, so you probably, I need to check that. So here we go, hole number 6, dogleg round. It's got the, again, it's very simple design, but that's what I'm going for. And then we've got the kind of reverse sawgrass green, which is kind of different. So let's see what the landing area is like. That's quite, I actually like that bunker there. It's just sitting there kind of cheekily with its mouth just waiting to bite a ball. I like that. Hopefully it's not ours. Just as right into it, we're not actually in it. I don't know whether to put fairway around that bunker, just so that it does roll into the bunker, because we've now got a really weird shot here. I don't know why we're... I mean, it's not a bad shot actually. Gets it down. I'll put question mark, make fairway bunker.
Oh.
I'll probably not understand what I've written there, if I'm honest. Right, let's put hole 7. I think the green for this should be okay. 133. Let's just hit in fast. Swings a bit. I don't know. I'm not really concentrating, because it's not really like a tournament I'm playing. But swings a bit scrappy today. What a bit of movement in this green for a change. Should really hold that. So anybody who's joined the stream, I'm doing a play test of my course that I've made for my society, Pixelated Golfers Association. That's the next tee box up there. I actually really quite like this hole. Kind of undulating fairway, but the landing zone's kind of flat, so... And I like the amount of trees. I think having too much in the way of trees can... I might add a couple more here and there, but I'm not going to go over the top. Again, I like the bunkers here. The green sits offset a touch. Again, it's all square greens, and that's the whole theme of this course. It'll probably take me about another... I mean, I'm not going to make any promises it's going to be up this time next week. I mean, it could be up Monday if I get time on it over the weekend, but it's just getting it polished. It's getting all these little bits wrinkled out. So far I'm happy with everything this hole so far. In fact, this hole probably really doesn't need much done. I like those bunkers, I like the way it's lying. A few different maybe pin positions. Just coast to those bunkers, that'll be quite good. So I can see where this is going to land. Kind of. That was quite a poor pitch shot, by the way. As I say, I'm not really interested in how I play. I'm not in kind of tournament mode. Just really want to get this course. Quite like I quite like the trees in the background there. It's quite nice. So I need to find out when you do publish a course if you keep it in some form that you can tweak it and make different improvements to it. Because you might actually be able to do that. I really don't know. And greens are flat because I've not put any brakes in them. I like to do my own brakes. So this is a par 3. Tees are good. We head up to the kind of grandstand viewing area. I don't know whether to put some bigger grandstand. I probably think it might be too much putting. I don't know how to put bunkers. I might put bunkers in the corners there. In fact, just what hole's this? So 7 I think is fine. 8 bunkers at green. So I'll look into maybe put some bunkers here and there. I kind of like the way it sits. It's quite a long par 3, which I kind of like. I like a par 3 that's. I mean, I think it's a bit like the US Open. You've got that one par 3 that's like long, although US Opens usually all par 3s are reasonably long. I'll probably get down to. I'll hit my 2 hybrid. Not a bad approach. I might even change the colours. I know there's a lot of different colour palettes for greens, fairways and rough.
Oh.
I might change it up, get a style that I like. But that's getting towards the end. I'll do that, like, just to kind of finishing touches. There's so much stuff you can put in. It's like different layers. So this is the 9th hole. This is the one that I kind of redesigned quite a lot. I might change that a bit to the side there. I might have to bring it up at that edge a little bit. It seems as if it's below the surface of the retaining wall. Again, I haven't really put any trees in here. A couple of bunkers there that are offset, which is quite nice. A little catchment area for that bunker there, which is quite good. I like the tee, the way it looks with the trees, just enough. Maybe a couple more at the side there. I've got bunkers there. I don't know whether to make some a bit closer to the fairway. I really don't like this ridge here. This is kind of doing my head in a little bit. I might, don't know, I might alter that slightly. That's a bit of dry from us. Probably a bit more touch dry than usual. I might actually keep that level because I don't know. Probably going to put more trees at the back here. If I'll just write that down. Trees back especially. I really like this green. I don't know what else I could really put in it to sort of not make it stand out, but yeah, more trees at the back there to the side. Not so much at the left hand side, but the right hand side. I'm actually thinking about putting houses over here. You can see a house just down here. I may make a little sort of homestead type thing over here. Maybe even just over this side as well, just near the green, but not really too close to it. Yeah, definitely trees at the back there. I've added all these little pathways. I did have a cart path installed, but it's just way too bright. I would rather have like the rough paths there. I think that's a better look. doesn't stand out as much. And then you get the wee path. I don't like that wee bit there. I might flatten that out. I need to deepen these bunkers. In fact, that's another thing. Deepen bunkers. So I'm really just getting a list together, a to-do list for the course. Because you really need to do a playthrough of a course to find out which right, which wrong. Oh, I'm trying. These buttons sometimes can be quite annoying. How the hell? I really don't know what I'm doing here. I think I need to adjust this. It's not bad. Maybe just a touch. Just at the edge there. It's a pity you don't have like a tool that you could use where you could just bring that up slightly. I don't know whether to alter the shape of that. I might, instead of making it like a cut across triangle, like a kind of Toblerone shape, I might just make it the fairway up and then along in an L shape. I might actually do that. I'll put fairway reshape question mark. This hole's actually quite a lot to get down to it. And let's play the shot. 142. Obviously we're going to pin placements at close to the edge here, which could be quite good. Is the sound still coming through? I think so. 142. Yeah, it's still coming through. So again, there's no break. As I say, undulations to the green will be added at a later date. That's probably the last thing I'm going to do, is do that. So this is a 10th hole. I made a wee gazebo in the middle there, some koi carp, swans, ducks. Probably going to add a couple more features. I don't know whether to reshape. I'm not happy with that back bit of the green. This is one that I might reshape actually.
Are you going to stop bullying him?
In fact, that was hole 9 that needs all that work. This is hole 10.
You hungry, boys?
Reshape.
What do you want?
Green. I'm
Tell me
happy
what
with the
you
green, but I'm not. I just feel it's.
Want
I don't know.
Oh dear.
We could make like a sort of sawgrassy type thing, but I think I've used. Although I mean, I suppose it keeps the theme of the last few holes with all the kind of wooden facing in the front, so I may do that. I don't know yet. Yeah, I think it could just do with something else a little bit more. There's a wee gazebo there that just runs out. Yeah, I probably will reshape it. And I probably will put the wooden panel into it. Just because, I mean, the last few holes I've got it, sometimes you don't want to overuse it, but it does make it look a bit more proper, I think. And this is not a huge hole. Relatively, it should be easy to sort of hit. I say this and I'll probably end up missing it by a country mile. I'm hitting a fade. I'm not holding my controller right. So reshape the green in this one. Again, as I say, fairways are flat as a pancake. That actually looked as if it was going to miss, but maybe it's just the way the sun's hitting it. Right, I need to change that tee box at the top, so I'll just reshape 11th tee. Flatten flattened tee box, question mark, maybe just one, maybe top. Because I think the back, but we'll probably reshape it anyway. I never seen the flyover there. That's the only thing when I write down it, I miss the flyover. Yeah, this is one where we cut off the edge. I actually quite like this hole. You can see there. I might reshape the lake as well. Maybe just make it more angular. But that's actually should be good tee shot up here. That is drawn a bit too much. Oh, oh dear, that's in trouble. Okay, so that's I quite like that. I like how you really need a precise tee shot if you want to get right to the edge, because 185 yards. If you sacrifice maybe hit a 3-wood, you're going to be hitting maybe closer to 200, which I quite like the view into this hole here. It's quite nice. I like how you've got all the stuff in the left hand side, the trees. I might plant more trees down that side, and I like the look over to that bridge. It's quite nice. I think this is one of the fairways that I've actually put in some undulations. Just makes it a little bit a kind of different look to it. Quite a difficult shot here. There's not a lot of run up area. 179 is probably going to be. Do we go for the pin here? Let's actually aim over here. That's a better swing. That's my usual swing there. Bit of draw on it. Okay. I don't know whether I maybe want to change that green shape. I'm kind of happy with it in a way, but 34 foot. It's great having flat greens. Not. This tee box is not bad. Maybe, I don't know whether that front tee box might be a problem for the. I thought I'm going to put 12 front tee box, maybe flatten, because you don't want to hit a driver and have it hitting the front. Again, I missed the flyover. I maybe need to wait before I write stuff. I can see it in my preview. I quite like the shape of this hole. I like that bunker there. That's almost like a big swimming pool outside. This one I've done some different shapes. Like I've made like the fairway shoot off to the side there, and then it's kind of coming back, almost like an axe at the top there. And I've also, as you can probably see there, I've done little pathways in rough using the spline tool, and it just breaks up the course, makes it look as if it's been used. Quite like. I mean, I've actually really enjoyed doing this. Cool, man. I think this is one of the holes I've done undulations. That's quite. Those bunkers are really quite deep. I don't know. I may flatten those bunkers a bit. I may resculpt them. I'm happy with it to a point, but I'm not. I don't know. It might be okay. So let's hit. Fast. I felt that was fast. That's probably actually not. Oh, is that going to be close to those bunkers? See, that's the kind of thing I want. If you hit a bad shot, I want it to be punished. I don't want somebody to basically. Can we rewind? I think we can. Let's rewind this shot. Because that was a bad shot. I mean, I caught it fast. And I don't want it to be that, you're not getting penalised for stuff like that. But I probably actually want to hit this with a fade. Let's get the old Darth Vader. Okay, that's not Darth Vader, that's his younger brother. Darth Slice. Wow, the undulations in that green are immense. I might flatten that out, I'm not. Flatten. Maybe. Because I want shots to be fair. I want if you can just tee up there and probably hit the fairway if you hit a slice. I don't want that. I want that to be trouble. So I may look at the middle of this. Maybe the undulations are a bit too much. The green, quite like the green. We've got a couple of wasted bunkers there, but that was really just for shape. Might even move some of those bunkers further up. 100 yards. Quite like the lie of the green here. I don't think the green really needs too much. It looks pretty decent if I'm honest. And it's one of those, to be honest, having it quite bumpy at that approach zone might be quite good because we're hitting in quite a kind of low club in terms of like a sand wedge. So our accuracy is going to be quite high, and it might be a good idea to have different slopes so that you've got to just accommodate for that a little bit. So that might actually be quite good. But I think the bunkers are too deep there. I might just raise them up a bit. This is a good tee box. Maybe flatten that hill there a little bit. What hole are we on here? Is this 13? So we've got a dog leg. I've not put any bunkers on here. I'm probably going to redo the bunkers. Maybe cut the corner. And I'll put a kind of angular green. I like the green. Again, I'm probably going to set bunkers here as well. So this hole's really not finished. It's just been flattened, green put in.
Puzzle as to why my clothes are taking too long. A 40-minute wash is turned into over in a 2-hour wash.
That's good.
Because somebody's little fingers have been turning the knob in the machine.
Oh, is that Alexis?
Yes, it will be.
Oh, Alexis has been fiddling with the washing machine. So this, I quite like the distance here. I mean, we could. There is a possibility of maybe changing this fairway just a touch. I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Have to go and help care for short bashes and to put it all.
I'm trying to think if we could maybe incorporate a bit of like. I might change this so that if we hit the driver, we would actually be hitting over the dog leg, which means we've got to accurately position the shot so that we stay in the fairway, or take the safe shot and just lay up with a 3-wood. So I may cut that comment. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I may, if I wait to draw something. 13. I put tees look okay because I think the front might need to be adjusted. Front question mark. I'm just actually going to do a quick draw here. So basically that's what the hole is now. So drive's going here. I might make it so that we need to cut the corner. So we might actually just square that off like that. So we could drive over here. Maybe still make that go up like that. Or maybe even make it. Trying to think, because if a 3-wood shot would be here. You can't really see what I'm doing. I'm talking to myself, but 3-wood shot. But if we go for the driver, I want it to be. Maybe it comes down, up, and then back, so that a driver's not going to be an automatic. Because let's see what a 3-wood would be. So if we hit a 3-wood, we're going to be obviously shorter. Let's try and hit this right though. because I want to get the distance of a 3-wood to the pin. I reckon it's going to be what that's going to be. So we have got, so 173 is pretty decent, but if I hit a driver, that's obviously going to be down by another, what would that be, 55, 65, 75, 20, maybe 20, 30 yards less. But what I need to do is, yeah, so I'll wait to see. Right, cut the fairway here. Cut. And then we build another block. So we take a chunk out of that fairway and we move it over here. And make it so that if I'm going to drive that, it's going to be slightly risky, but maybe with a bit more. See, just where it says DAS a 74, I would cut this fairway, and from there to the rest of the fairway would be rough, and then I'd maybe incorporate something to the right, so that if we drive it, we've maybe got to go over a bunker, and we're maybe going to have to get the angle to the fairway correct, which I quite like with a driver. It means that you're taking a risk at maybe going for that extra yardage, but you're going to be hitting a shot that's maybe like 150 yards instead of 170. I'll put 170 yards, 3-wood. And then driver would probably be, I reckon, 150, 145 yards. So the kind of risk reward, danger of hitting a driver would be that you'd be in heavy rough and possibly a bunker. Just where that 10 yards is, maybe put something there, something dangerous. Maybe even put a couple of trees that if you do get caught in the bunker, there's no way that you can hit to the green. So that the trees almost guard. I'll put bunker, trees, just at the corner. Maybe just put an arrow there. Just so that if you do hit into the bunker, you're going to, I say you're going to be snookered, but you know, you're maybe going to have to just pitch out sideways and then take your medicine. So I think I'll actually do that. That's probably going to make this quite an interesting hole, and it's 13 as well, which is unlucky for some. So yeah, I'll go for that. Just something down here. Wait, if I come back. Right, let's just. I'll maybe show you what I've just written. So a driver would probably get is. There's the 3-wood there. Driver's going to get is up here. Why does this? No, that's the button. Would get is here. So we might actually still be hitting. Now, so what I want to do is put a bunker in down here, roughly where that 173 is. Change this. Fairway's going to end just really a couple of yards in front of my golfer there, and that is going to be rough. I'm going to put a fairway over this side, down where that 173 marker is. That's going to be fairway, and it's going to be set up for a kind of risky driver shot. You're really going to have to be super accurate with your drive. Get those couple extra yards closer to the hole. So that's what I'm going to do for that hole. Right, let's play the shot. 173, probably just really. In fact, where's this marker? So I have to see where that marker goes. I'll just hit this in. It'll roughly be close. So I'm quite happy with the green there. I need to bunker it up, but that's going to be okay. So that's hole 14. I've got a wee bit of work to do in that. What I'll probably do is I'll probably make a video at a later date, and I'll just, like, especially the stuff that I've made up major changes. Hole 13 is probably going to be 1. Maybe that was the 10th. No, it was the 9th hole. I was going to do a lot of reshaping. So again, the bunkers are just flat. There's no slope to them at all. What is it, Nick? We're out. He's under that couch. Right, here we go. Yeah, tees are perfect. And you can see there, you're actually teeing up over that green, which is quite a nice feature. got a kind of wall at the edge there that I can maybe make something. I made this fairway's got a bit that goes to that bunker. Again, there's no slopes in the fairway or greens. This green's quite interesting. It's like a double sort of rectangular type of fair. Can have a pin at that back portion. Don't know whether I want to make bunkers on the green. That's quite a nice tee shot. You can see there you've got this exposed cliff here. I might put something up there, I don't know. Again, you've got this bunker. I made this bunker here that if you made a wayward shot, you might sort of roll into that bunker. I probably need to recess that a little bit. I like these bunkers here. Yeah, it's pretty good. Again, I'm quite happy with the size of the fairway. It's not, because it turns a dog leg, you might run out of fairway. And it kind of cambers back, which I might actually keep. You don't want every fairway to basically be brutal, but there is an idea in my head at the moment that I'm thinking of putting in, which might be something you have to avoid off the tee, and it might give you a bit of a bad shot scenario. But I need to see how I would do it and how it would really, if it really would work. I really like that. This green's going to stay. I quite like the shape of this. But I don't know if I'm going to put bunkers on it, if I'm honest. How do you... Hold on. Is that not when you get closer to the green? Okay, I thought you could actually get an overhead of the green. Oh man, this slope's quite brutal. 1, 2, 3... Should come over a little bit. Yeah, I quite like the shape of this green. I think it's a lot different. I'll probably say that this is okay-ish. I don't think I need to do too much to that, if I'm honest. But is it 21 foot? Probably a back foot putt. If people watched my how to make a practice putting green, I'll probably do another video on that, how you reshape it and stuff. Tees look good in this one. They're all stepped down. The green here's kind of diamond, square. Bunkers front and back. I'm actually quite happy with that. Once I get slope in these greens, they'll be really good. As I say, I want it to be tough, but I don't want it to be like impossible. Right, I'm starting to swing better, which is a good sign. And I've not really tweaked any of the green settings, like firm. As I say, the green speed's at 165, which is semi-fast. I don't know why I moved that. What's my score? Not that I'm not bothered, but it doesn't really give you a score, does it? My tee boxes are fine. I think this is a kind of quite a long par 4, 477. Tee up top of this hill here. A couple of bunkers there. I might re-sink those bunkers a little bit. And you put it down to this kind of a bit of a kind of L-shaped sort of green bunker in front there. Yeah, I'm going to. What was this? 16. 15 was reasonable. 16. Sink bunkers. Fairway. I don't know if the bunkers need sunk at the green. I'll just maybe highlight that. I quite like the tee shot up the hill here. You don't really see too much. Again, the fairways are still to get a bit of undulation on. I don't know whether I need those bunkers. Yeah, if you have a wayward drive, you'll get those. Because remember, there's other tees, and you know you've got to make bunkers that are going to be reachable for the other tee boxes as well. We're actually 9 under par, but the greens are like pancake flat. Nice elevation drop here, 45 feet. So that's quite a good. It's quite a good number. Take 15 off that. 979, 74. A bit of loft on it. Quite a nice view down as well. I like that. It's not turning over a little bit, is it? Yes. Probably not bad for distance, but I don't know whether I'd hit that bunker. Which again means that people might have to shape their shot around that bunker as opposed to just flying straight for it, which is good. 32 foot. Hole and everything. Cause of flat greens, buddy. Right, oh, I think that hill will need flattened. Although, yeah, again, I quite like the style of the bunkers there. Green's pretty good. Kind of longish par 3, 175 yards from the back tees. Front tees, it'll probably only be maybe 140 or something. That tee box might be okay actually. $15, 170. Swinging a bit better now. Oh, get up. Oh, see, oof. Yeah, that's not bad. I quite like having that bunk at the front there. I don't know whether I could actually like do something with that bunker. Just make it a bit more tricky. There's actually a bit of slope in this. I think this is one green. I don't know why it's sloped, but it's got a bit of undulation to it, which is it's quite uphill as well. 11, 36. That's just slightly fast. I'm just going to check my YouTube, see if we're still at 98 subscribers. Oh, 208. 208 from 100. Oof, that's a wicked. Jeez, look how far that's gone. I think I might rewind this shot. Yep. If you could do that in real life, that'd be fantastic. This is quite a tricky putt because it's 7 foot, but it's 3 inches down. Probably need to accommodate for a bit more break. Oh, that's a wicked putt. Here we go, the 18th hole. Tee boxes look good. Massive bunker on the right there. I don't know what to do something with the left hand side. Because it's not a reachable par 5. We finish up high here. Again, I've got a green that I can put pins that are probably going to make it quite tricky. But it's not that tricky because we're not going to be playing like a long approach. It's probably only going to be like a wedge. A wedge into it. I think the fairways are pretty decent size. I don't like having my fairways too wide. Put that as reasonably okay, the 17th. Then you got a blind shot over the hill here. A couple of bunkers there that could catch you out. We've actually maybe going to catch something out here. Might roll flat because, as I say, the fairways have not got any undulations in them yet. That bunker there's absolutely perfectly placed. So it's not a massive approach. Thinking. It means that we can actually put some quite tight pin positions there. Just so you need to be really super accurate with your approach. Because we do have a pitch shot here. Oh, bit long. Do you know whether the greens are firm? They might be. So that's the first playthrough of Pixelated Golfers Association Country Club - Golf Club - Golf Club for the Scottish term. I don't know what I'm going to call it. I might even just narrow it down to PGA GC. Just keep it simple. I don't know. I'm not going to call it a name. It's got to be Pixelated Golf. Pixelated Course. I don't know. If I come up with a name, I'll probably put it as for a poll that people can actually pick the name they want. But I'm reasonably happy with that first playthrough. I've got a list of stuff I need to get done. I'm going to reshape. 13 is probably the one that's going to take the most. It's going to be completely recut, especially with the landing zone. I'm going to redo that. Apart from that, it's actually played through not too bad. Once we get slope in the greens and obviously fairways, it's going to be a different course, but you really need to play through it and work out like your fairway setup, your approach to the greens, and if you need to move greens, then it's pointless putting in slope into the greens, especially it depends how you actually make the course. I make the course from scratch and do it that way. So my greens are always flat in the green, and if I want to put 2 tiers in, I do that flat and then I put the slope in. So there's still quite a lot to do to it. When will I get finished? To be honest, I really don't know. A lot of the holes will not take long to recut, some of them. So once I get some undulation in the greens and fairways, it's going to be good. But as I say, probably the biggest one that's going to completely change is, where is it? This one here. Hole 13. As I say, I'm going to cut this fairway here, and I'm going to bring it maybe this way, then that way. And I'm probably going to make it quite narrow, so it's going to take a really good tee shot. But this is going to completely be taken out here. And just to kind of mix it up a little bit, change it. So you need to put bunkers in here as well. But a lot of the other holes I'm reasonably happy. I quite like this hole. I think this is quite a good looking hole. Again, a different kind of concept to a green. It's a little different. And there's the 4 pin positions I've put. Pin positions will probably change again because I need to do a lot of stuff to it. And in the final playthrough, I'll probably actually work out where I want pins to be. Because if you're hitting in a certain club, if you're hitting like a wedge, for instance, like probably like a wedge plate in here, then you can afford to be quite tight with your pins. Put them near kind of the edge of the green, stuff like that. If you're playing in quite a long iron, then you really need to think about. You don't want to make it impossible where people can't play a shot. if somebody's playing a kind of long iron into a green, you really need to work out, okay, if he's playing that, then, you know, the likes of this shot here is quite a long iron, 180 yards, say. So, I mean, some pin placements, if you want to go for that pin, you're maybe going to have to land it here, and then you could get a bounce into the bunker, you could get a bounce into the water. So that's a very risky pin shot. That's pin 4. You'd really have to play a shot and maybe land it here, and then try and roll somewhere near this portion. It's going to leave you a long putt. Some pins you can attack, but you really need to think what kind of club distance is going into a pin. And you really need to think that for some holes you really need to maybe say, well, if I put the pin here, it means that he's got to think about his shot. He just can't go, oh, that's just a 5 iron boom. And you need to make him think about what kind of shot he's going to play. And you might actually have to play a shot long and away from the pin. You know, you're not always going to be attacking the pin, so there's a lot of tweaking still to do in this course. But overall, I'm reasonably happy with that playthrough. A couple of little minor changes here and there, but that's the course like set out initially. As I say, I'm just going to tweak it here and there, and I've got my list here to work on. So I'm going to do that kind of off camera. I'll probably be back on tonight. I've got my Pixelated Golfers Association to do it, so I'll be on tonight at some point, maybe 8 o'clock, half 8, maybe, I don't know. But how's it going, Elliot? How's it going, buddy? I'll type it in chat. So, as I say, there's a lot of tweaking. It's almost doing like layers. You basically get the golf course kind of finished, and then you start adding stuff like stuff at the tee boxes, like ball cleaners and various bits and bobs, and you try and keep that theme going throughout the entire course. But I'm happy with the way that all these little paths, as I say, I did have a cart path, but a cart path I think is too big, and it's just too bright. It's like, it takes away from the golf course, I think. I would rather have this type of thing here, like, I'll zoom in, this little path here of rough. I think that's far better than, you know, having a big sort of bright ass cart path. I'm not too bad, Ellie, or Lee as your name is, bud. I'm fine, how's you? Yeah, I'm fine. In fact, is the sound still coming through? I haven't checked sound in a while. Yeah, sounds good. In fact, I'll type it in chat as well. I like to kind of multitask. As guys can't do multitasking, but I'll type it in chat, even though I've said it across the airwaves. So I'm really happy. As I say, there's still holes that really need a lot of kind of work still. Like as I say, this tee box I'm not happy with. I need to raise that up a bit. But once you get certain elements of the course done, it's quite easy to go back and just sort of do little bits here and there. I've actually still got a lot of like spectator stands to put in, crowds to put in. There's an absolute ton of work still to do in this course, but initially I'm actually quite happy with it. Sometimes you can overdo a course, sometimes you can not put enough into a course. It's a very fine balance between sort of getting a course right and getting it wrong. You can really just be right down the middle, and you can end up making it worse. I don't know, but the 18th, I'm happy with it, but I don't know. I might actually shorten it a touch, but if I shorten the hole, I would need to redesign the bunkers a little bit. Also, the clubhouse here is needing work, but I'm doing. I'm doing that in stages. Golf course comes first. If I make that a reachable par 5, the only thing that's maybe, and I would need to change the green. I can either, if I move the tees forward, I can actually, there's a couple of things I could do here. I can either move the tees forward, redesign the green so that it's almost a reachable par 5, kind of touch and go basically. If I did that, I need to take this bunker away here. So that bunker would probably have to come out, because you can't have, especially if you're kind of rolling up, you'd need to make some form of a clear path in. That bunker there could be absolute key. That would probably stay. This bunker would probably move over here somewhere, maybe down the side here, and that would leave a path in. So that could be a possibility, but I would need to shorten the tee quite a lot. Well, I don't know what it would be for. What would it be from the back tees? Let's see what the distance is to the green. It's 560 from the red tees, which I think you'd be hitting 280 with a 280 with a driver, and your 3-wood would be what, 245, 250. Maybe it could be. But I'm sitting here thinking it like Einstein. Let's play test the 18th hole from the red tees. That would probably be easier. Because really the championship tees, you kind of want it to be tough. So let's play this from the front tees. Mind you, we're on tour clubs that simulate tour clubs by hitting a 3-wood. So maybe going to be a couple of yards shy. So I would say I play a club. Oh no, I was going to find out. I quite like that you get a really bad bounce, because that was a bad shot. And, oh my god, that's horrendous. Rewind, as both selectors said. Right, let's maybe try and hit this on the fairway if we can. So we'll go with 3-wood, because this kind of simulates a player driver roughly. It's 10 yards shorter, so we could add 10 yards really. Right, so that's 260. You'd probably say that a driver would then go maybe 270. So wow, it's still it's still miles away. I don't know. I kind of do. I mean, God, even. Yeah, so that's not reachable for the front tees. There's a lot of possibilities. It is a long hole. Because you can make a golf course, you can change it so that it plays a little bit different. But that would mean redesigning a lot of tees. The tee boxes at the moment are quite regimental. It's like tee box after tee box after tee box after tee box, which is quite good. It simplifies it a little bit. But for that hole there, for instance, we could actually make. Let's get to the 18th here. So there's the 18th there. For instance, we could take these tee boxes here away, and I could put that tee box up here, which I might actually do. I think there's some holes that could benefit from that, because it's quite a long hole. I like the fact that tour clubs playing from the back tees is really quite long, but I reckon if we can move this, maybe move this tee box here, which is I don't know what colour that is. I think this one's green, or blue, green, white, red, I think. For instance, we could move this tee box up to here, and then move these two tee boxes somewhere over here. because that would actually give us a completely different look to the hole. Just as something totally different. Because I'd maybe, I don't know, I'd probably still need to move that bunker. Because I think it's actually quite a long hole from the back. I might like to have the green and red tees to be a little bit more easier for the player, and maybe potentially have it like an almost drivable par 5 with risk, obviously. So I'd probably move this bunker away because I think the landing zone could be just round about here. Take that bunker away and move it here, and I might redesign some of the boxes. You've got no idea how to use it. The course creators. I did a bit on TGC1, so I've got a kind of rough idea, and I do photography as well. So Photoshop is something that I do, and I'm not saying it's the same as Photoshop, but it's a lot like Photoshop where you put layers in and you add stuff, and like the brush tool, it's very kind of Photoshop based. So because I do Photoshop stuff with photography, I kind of, I don't know, I kind of know the language and how to work it. It's actually quite easy to do. This course has been really fun to do because it's squares, like square greens, square bunkers. I find sometimes when I do course editor that I sometimes it gets tough. The first like 2, 3, 4, 5 holes are easy, and then you get to the 6th hole and you're starting to build like a fairway, and you go, I've used this fairway shape before, so I need to find something that's different. Or I've used this bunker shape before, I need to use something that's different. And you get to a point where it can get really confusing, but when you make a square course like I have here, I've actually really enjoyed this, and this has been so easy to do because every bunker's either a rectangle or a square, and I think it's just been really a joy to do. And greens are squares, it's like square green or rectangular green, or a combination of square green and a rectangular green to make it into an L, or it's basic. It has been good, but it's quite easy to generate a course and then just add stuff to it. It's all about really getting your greens flat and then building. As I say, I need to build in some break in these greens. And the way I'm going to do that, I thought I'll just show you. I'm not going to do it because, in fact, I'm going to save. Do I really need to save this? I'm going to save it just in case. I don't think I've just played the course, but I'm still going to save it. Just a force of habit. But to make this green with break, I would simply just go to landscape raise, and then you could actually do this. You could put a big mound in it, like that. But some of the best ones to use are these tools here. These give you really quite subtle breaks. That one as well is quite good. And that's a bit devious, that one. That one's quite good as well. You can actually really get, if I select that, I can put 4 inches of break on that bow section. In fact, because I've saved it, I can actually do this and then go back. So let's just punch that in. And then if you look, see what I mean? We've got a subtle break. Just enough. And that's how I do my break. So we could go, say for instance we go for this one. This one here is actually really quite good. Select that. If I zoom out a bit, I can actually make it, by using the arrows there, I can make it about the size of the green. And then if you look at your height button there, that's 4 inches. So that's quite subtle. 8 inches. It's getting a bit more devious. 1 foot. Now let's just for laughs here, let's just put that in. And let's just come out of this. Now you can see there that that is actually quite devious. Okay, you can see the slope there, it's really undulated. And that's how my greens are probably going to look.
How many pies?
Just give me the 3.
That
And you can see there, that's like a foot of height elevation in those dimples that we put in. And that does make for quite a nice bit of break. And that's how I'm going to do my greens. And you can do that with fairways as well. Let's sculpt land. No, we don't want to flatten. Raise. And we go to this one. And it's the same thing for the fairways. If we go there, do that, we can just raise that up a touch. We can make that bigger as well. Just put that in and you'll see the kind of effects we get, and there you go. That's how my fairways are going to look. Just nice undulations. So the course, I mean, it's something that you should get into. You can also do things like this. Wait till we get to this one. So this will be quite a good one. If you want to put like a ridge across your fairway, the likes of this, just raise that up a touch. 2 foot. I mean, you can go quite extreme. You can also bring it quite subtle. Really depends how much you want. 2 foot 11. That should probably be enough just to give you something different. And there you go. There's the ridge. Now, if you put that at the point where you're going to drive to, then that could create some little issues with driving. You know, for instance, I need to get to the other tool here. If you drive to here, if you bounce on this part and you roll out, you're probably going to be quite good. If you're slightly to the right and you bounce from this, you're probably going to get into the rough. So there's ways that you can do undulations and fairways and greens, but I like the course editor. So at the end of the day, I find it pretty easy, but it's something that you should probably just break out and even just make up, even just generate a course. I did save that before, so I'm going to exit this because I don't want any of those green effects and fairway effects to actually save onto the course, because I'm going to do that at a later date. So I'll exit this. And I've actually made, in fact, published courses. So I probably actually this was something, yeah. So if I select that, can I edit? Or is that locked in? I might actually just want to check if I can publish a course and then maybe make another edition or make changes to it. Yeah, I can. That's okay. So the question that I don't know, when I started this, I wasn't sure if I could actually like redo a course, but obviously I can. So I'm going to exit that. So that's quite good. So it means I can actually publish a course and then make different variations in weather and kind of lighting effects. I might actually, when I publish this course, I might actually do it in like an early morning, a midday and a nighttime, or not nighttime but kind of dusk setting. I put sort of three versions and maybe different weather as well. Unpublished courses. So that imports that into my, right, okay. I'm just going to delete that one just now because that was a generated course that I made. Confirm. So I don't know if some people watch my early video that I made. I think I published it a couple of days back. I made a practice putting green. That's quite a good thing to do because you can actually customise like putting practice a little bit easier. The putting area in the game is okay, but to be honest, I think you're better making your own putting green. And that's in a video that I made. I'm trying to think what it was called. I think it was Make Your Own Practice Putting Green. making a better practice putting green. So if you watch that video, I basically show you how I constructed the putting green, and there it is there. It's just a big massive blob of green, and it's flat as a pancake. But to practice putting on this is great. You can practice like length. Say if you want to hit to like special putts outside of your back foot, which is like, let's say, like 20 odd foot distance. So putting like 35 foot, 40 foot, 50, 60, 70 foot, you can come on here and actually just putt to length and practice muscle memory for putting. But to make like your own custom putting green, a lot of things that I said, because I've saved this at this state, which is basically just a flat green. There's no undulations on it at all. It's basically just flat as a pancake. But say I wanted to actually have practice bunker shots, I can basically just go into create surface, hit the bunker, hit a brush tool. I mean, you can have a square bunker, you can have that shape of bunker, it doesn't really matter. Resize it, and then we go to the green there. You can see it says 1 yard. So say you want to practice like long bunker shots, you can actually go, there's 20 yards, 23 yards, 27 yards, pop that in there, and that's a bunker. And then I can go in here, go back to the front menu, edit holes. Now this wee cursor is where you're going to play your shot from. So I can actually putt from here, or I can go into the bunker. So pick it from there, go back, play test, and play from here. Basically means that I can go and practice bunker shots from any yardage that I desire through the course editor. So it's quite a good thing to get into. So here we go, 27 yards. Probably actually need to maybe de-waft this a touch. And there you go. Wow, that went really that went really long. I can rewind that shot. So you basically just press the options button, rewind shot, and then I can just go and play. I don't know why I had that so long. 58, 78, yeah. Okay. And there you go, you can practice your bunker technique. So making this practice putting greens a fantastic thing to practice. It's almost better than the training in the game. And here's putting. Basically, say I want to hit back foot putt. So the green speed's actually the fastest, 187. So if I hit off my back foot, it should be roughly 20 foot, 22, 23. So you can actually practice putting to a certain length. So say I want to go 40 foot, so I need to guess this. That's maybe 25, 30. Okay, it's maybe, it might be there. 40. Right, it's ran out 48. So it's quite good for putting, for practice putting on certain distances. Because anything outside of like your back foot, like a 30 foot putt, can be. 30 foot putt's not tricky to gauge. 35 gets a bit more trickier. 45's into that realm. You don't really do it that much. But if you do need to putt to a certain distance, it's quite good to come in here and just practice putting. So that might be closer to 40 foot. Maybe not. Maybe closer to 50. So I sometimes come on here and just practice putts, basically. As I say, it's a lot better than the pre-made training area. So, and then I can basically go to edit course. And because I've saved this practice putting green, when it's basically flat, it doesn't have a bunker, it's just a flat green, I can basically mess about with it quite a lot. So if I go into edit hole, I'll come down here, there's the bunker I've just made. Again, all I need to do to create slope is sculpt land, landscape, raise, and basically I can do a whole number of things. I can use this tool again, and I can raise it up like just absolutely insane slopes to practice on. I can make it subtle break, I can make it in between. I can change. This one here I think is quite good. This is like a graduated tool. So, or even just say we could go, I'm trying to think of something better to use. This one here is probably actually quite good because this slopes. Wait till we see. If we go in, we zoom in here, you can see the slope on that. Now that says up at 2 foot 7 inches. So say I wanted to practice uphill putts. I can make it a bit bigger, and I could go extreme and just make it like 5 foot, or I could just make it like maybe, let's make it 1 foot and 1 inch. So let's lock that in there, and there you can see a nice sloping down portion of green. Now go back to edit holes, because this gives you this little cursor that you can move about, and basically it's hard to see sometimes with this yellow thing, but I can place it here. This is going to be an uphill putt with a bit of break from the right. So go back, play test, play from here, and basically I've got a practice putting green that I can hit all kinds of shots, bunker shots. I could actually move the pin down and play to a different pin location and play from the rough. And there we go. Just a little flyover. You'll actually see the slope that we've made. There's that bunker that we made, and you can see the slope there. It's quite subtle, but it's quite severe. So it's 1 foot up, breaking from the right, 37 foot. This is probably the ultimate. This is difficult to read. So let's get the actual what it is up. 7 inches up. So I would probably say that's about kind of like a 44 putt in my book. Bit of break on it as well. Right, 44. Just trying to gauge this. That's not, I don't think we hit that hard enough, did we? I mean, that's not a bad putt. That's actually quite a decent putt from there. If I was in a golf course and I had that putt, I'd be quite happy. 5 foot, I've got a fairly easy putt back. But if I wanted to, I could actually rewind that shot and do it again. And I could practice that uphill putt to get it like pretty much in the zone. That would be a bit too much. And that's when the same distance by. So it's actually quite a good thing to get into. The course editor, especially making a practice putting green, I think is absolute. If you use the course editor once, basically make a practice putting green, because it's the best thing you'll ever do, and you'll use it all the time. It's just a far better place to practice, because the training area, the training practice green is okay, but it's a bit kind of. I don't think you can change the speed on it. Whereas this one here, I could actually make that. But I'll just exit out. Oh, options button. Right, go back to edit course, because I think the putting green on the practice area is 144 foot or something. So it's not the fastest putts basically. Whereas my practice putting green, I mean, it's just a big 1 putt green. It looks actually quite crap, but the stuff you can do in here is just amazing. So if I go to green set, I don't think it's green, I think it's course. Right, let's go to back again, it's course settings, that's it there. If I click on that and I go to green settings, and I go to here, I can even change the firmness of the greens, but I can change the green speed, so I could go from fast to the slowest, which is 101 foot. That's medium, about there. Or I could go semi-fast, go there. So I can completely change the settings of this golf course, well, this putting green at any time. So if anybody wants to practice the putting, make this, just make a mat. It doesn't even need to be as big as this. I made it that size because, I don't know, I could putt here and I could putt all the way to the hole by picking, say, just at random, say, right, I want to putt this 15 foot and putt it 15 foot, and then the next putt I'll say, right, I want to putt this 45 foot and try and putt it to that distance. And it's quite a good drill to do, but you have to put it to a certain distance and maybe get like, put it, say 45 foot, you want to be 45 foot, probably 46, 47, 48, 49 foot. That's the kind of ideal band that you want to get that in. So basically I've actually changed the speed of the greens here, and I can say, if you look up there, it says yards to tee. That doesn't really, here's Siri.
I don't understand, youngster T.
Siri, go away. Shut up, Siri. Nah, she didn't say anything. So if you look at to green, basically that will tell you what distance you are from the hole.
She's obviously not in the
So I could actually say, right, say I want to practice, I don't know, I'm trying to think what 5 yards in feet is. But say I wanted to practice 5-yard putts with a bit of break, uphill, and coming from the right. I basically just select that, play test, play from here, and I can hit the rewind shot on it if I wanted to, if I missed until I got it in. So there you go, nice little uphill putt, 3 inches up, slight bit of break. Could practice this all day, and it's 100. What's that? 65 foot. So fast, kind of medium fast greens. And there you go, just missed it. So I can actually bring up the options. Rewind shot, and I can play that again. So if there's one thing, I don't know if you're still on Wii, but if you use the course edit, just make a practice putting green and customise it every time you go on it. You can practice any shot you want. As I say, I mean, you could get absolutely stupid and say, right, okay, I want to put on like impossibly difficult greens. So basically, all I would do, I can keep this thing here. Sculpt land. Nope, don't want to do that. Right, we'll go to. Let's go to this one. Expand it up a little bit. So I could actually put that between these two valleys here, if I wanted to. Let's raise that up. Let's go. Let's just go silly. I mean, this would be ridiculous greens. Alright, so what we've done there is just make an absolutely stupid green. So say if I mean, this would probably be an impossible shot. Say if I go here, for instance. This is probably one of the most impossible putts you'll ever get. Right. Well, you obviously get the flyover, so that's something. So look at this. I mean, this is just ridiculous. This would be your worst case scenario. This putt. I mean, we'd probably. I'd probably have to put up here.
Oh dear.
I mean, I was going to say that's not a bad attempt, but know it's going to come back. So let's rewind that shot. So you can really just practice a certain shot. I mean, say maybe you're struggling with putts that are uphill. This is a perfect way to do it. You can customise how far uphill it is. I mean, this is just insane, this putt. That might be not bad. I might come off this other one. No. So I mean, there's so much you can do on the practice putting green. And if you want, just check out my video. It says how to make a better practice putting green video. And that does a step by step from the very first screen right through to how to make this putting green. And I think I was going to make another video where I put slope in and add stuff, but this video will probably do that justice. Let's rewind again. Let's maybe try and get this close to the hole, if there is such a thing. It's probably going to be based on power. I think we went too much. Oh, that could be good. That could be really good. Comes off that. I mean, that's almost an impossible putt to hold. A wee downhiller here. This is breaking quite a lot. I didn't break as much as I thought. So you can really just fine tune your putting on this green. As I say, all you've got to do is, and I'll show you what I mean. If you go back to edit course, all the bunkers that I put in, the slopes that I put into this green, basically all you've got to do is options, exit. Don't save and exit or save, just exit, confirm, and that will basically exit out the screen. And if you actually go back into it, unpublished courses, practice putting green, edit, and when that comes back up, you'll be back to like a level playing field basically. So, that's what I do. If I want to practice my putting, I don't go to the putting green. I come in here, and then basically I can customise what I want to do. So there we go. We're back to flat as a pancake, no bunker. And if I wanted to, I'll show you another thing that you can do. You go here, you go to move, and move the green. I can actually move the green closer to this stuff here. So say if I wanted to practice chipping from rough, place the green there, and say I wanted to chip out a heavy rough, I could go here for instance, play test, play from here, and that's going to drop the ball right exactly where that cursor is. Now we obviously get this screen coming up, so here we go, we've got a 28 yard, 2 foot up chip from the rough, so I reckon that actually might be quite close. I can go and practice this shot for instance. So there you go. I've actually found that a chip goes roughly about 9 to 10 yards carry, kind of roll out from where it lands to where it ends up as a kind of rough estimation. So I can rewind that again. I could actually say, right, for instance, say I maybe want to play a different shot. So, I mean, let's play a 9-iron and put a loft on it. You actually get to see the preview, but it's not maybe easy to see. So let's just hit this. Let's just hit it full actually. See what it does. So we get not a bad. It's actually went 30 yards. So you can actually test a lot of clubs. You can actually find out how far stuff goes from the rough. Say for instance I wanted to play from the fairway. I don't think I've got fairway actually. I could put fairway in, it's easy enough to do. So let's go to edit holes, let's go back down here. Right, let's just pop in fairway. It's in create surface, fairway, brush. Basically all you need to do is pick this, turn it round, make it a little bit bigger if you want. In fact, you can actually aim it over here a little bit. put it in there, there's your fairway, come out, get to the edit hole screen, put your cursor over there, and then it's just the same, play test, play from here. So that's us actually hitting from fairway. And again, get 30-yard shot here. I think a 20-yard gap wedge chip should be pretty good from here. So you can actually test certain shots. So there we go, there's the 10-yard rollout. Absolutely perfect. So I kind of know that a gap wedge chip will give me 30 yards. 20 yards carry, 10 yards rollout. So I can rewind that shot and say, right, let's just play it different. Let's just play an 8 iron and loft it up. And then I'm just going to hit this full just to see how far it goes. So 40 yards carry. And 59. So actually it went 20 yards rollout distance, 40 yards carry. So I can take that shot back. I can maybe say, right, let's play. So an 8 iron goes with 30 yards of carry, so let's maybe just hit a partial shot here. We go up it there. Oh, it gets a really big bounce. It goes about 42 yards, 43 yards. So you can actually just really mess about. So that's my practice putting green. I could publish it, but it's not going to do any good because you can't edit it. But it's something I would highly recommend that you do yourself, especially if you want to practice certain shots and customise putting on different greens. Greens that are quite difficult. You can really customise it. So now guys, that's probably going to do that. I'll just about to get my dinner. It's a bit of a late dinner for me. I probably should be back on soon. I need to do my Pixelated Golfers Association tournament. There's a couple other things that I need to maybe do. So X out of this. I don't want to save anything. I want to go back to that flat green all the time, and then I can customise my practice routine from there. So that is going to be that. So again, we basically just played the Pixelated Golfers course. I've got a few things I need to do. So I'll do that over the next couple of days probably, and I'll probably make a video when I've maybe rejigged some of the holes. Hopefully it's getting closer to getting published, but I think it'll be, I don't know, it could be another couple of weeks maybe. But anyway, I'm going to head off for my dinner. So once again, thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button. I'm just going to check to see if I'm still at 98. Let's see. Oh, still at 98. Will I reach 100? Who knows? Anyway, click subscribe. If you do click subscribe, you'll actually be getting to 99. And if somebody else does it, it'll get to 100. So, happy days. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you found some of the stuff, especially at the end there when I went into my practice putting green, to be quite beneficial to you. And I would highly recommend doing it because there's so much you can do and learn, especially for putting practice. It's absolutely essential. So guys, catch you later. As I say, I'll probably on later, but subject to change. See you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.